This is going to sound weird, but I believe I'm ready to go live again. To go live again. We've got our wet palette looking right. Got this camera looking right. I'm able to see a preview on my left-hand side. The music is way too loud for once. Oh my. How is that? Is it better or worse? Number one or number two? Turned it way down. Should be much quieter now. No plans to cook on stream. Yet. It's a long process. I'm struggling to get a static object to stay in frame. I don't know if we're ready for me to make a mess in the kitchen yet. I don't know if that's an actual thing that can happen. We're going to get our wet palette good and ready with a bunch of water. All the water. Lots of water. Which one? The one with Pat Pittman and the Coke and Pappy whiskey? Or the Never Been Deader comic guy that he may or may not be my unofficial spirit animal, or it could be my official spirit animal. I don't really know. Somehow I got that. No clue what those words are. But because I have another monitor, I can now see Discord. Oh. Put it in the right spot. Let's go. The weekend glove for the love. Because we're adults. Of course, my finger, that one. Oh. Yeah. Be forewarned. You may post a handful of memes, reels. Just really depends on the day. Um, when she's supposed to be working, she's really just, staring at Instagram, going through reels. We are going to return to our friend non-metallic metal. Non-metallic metal is like everything right now. Must always do the non-metallic metal. The non-metallic metal must be completed. Hello, child. Uh, Also, you should be able to see a channels and roles section at the top of the Discord, and you should be able to join Go Live notices if you so desire. That should be the only notifications that Discord gives you. Knock on wood, I hope. But given it's me telling you that, it might be the other way around, and it may be incorrect right now, and Katra is going to have to do some more investigation and work on the Go Live notices, because the Go Live notice channel is the only one that has an at everyone that will send a message out. It's going to create an at rude one in case there was a need for an emergency. In case there's a need for emergency, but I haven't gotten around to the at rude yet and setting up the entirety of at rude. Just as an FYI. Alright, so we got our pants all good and out again. We're going to return to the non-metallic metal of the Bellmouth bust. Yes, exactly. Katra is in fact a cat that is literally staring at me at my desk right now. People ask why you have to keep a desk clear. The reason why is a pet. I do feed the cat. I fed the cat. I fed the cat immensely well. I always feed the cat. I feed the cat specifically between the hours of 5 and 6 after I was done with either a walk or not. I did not go on a walk today because the temperature is deciding it wants to drop considerably. Part of her really, really wants the window open so she can sit out and smell. I am not opening the window right now because temperature this evening is supposed to drop to below 25. This morning it was in the 50s. This afternoon it was sub 30 and windy as all get out. So I'm like, we're going to keep the window closed today. And I'm just going to deal with a very pissy cat. So I want to brush somewhere in between my triangle. It is 25 degrees Fahrenheit because we're fucking freedom people here. All right, freedom. We're freedom folks. So once again, with our non-metallic palette, squared away. And that needs to get on the list of things. Oh. Where'd my pen go, sweet? I found it because I have it organized. Okay. Pesto. I wanted palette. Hey, 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 hey. That is my brush. That is my brush. You all saw it. I will walk in -25. I was just running around like crazy today, and it was one of those very the first day back at work. And I will be honest, my ass didn't do shit. I didn't do a goddamn thing today. I'm gonna have to figure out the black magic of my timesheet at some point. But you know what? That's a future me problem, not a current me problem. My current me problem is that someone pushing the absolute limits of my desk right now. I'm staring at you. What you up to? What you up to, kitty cat? We're going to start off by using some of our black and I find working with the Chimera paint, then start thinning the color down. It helps. Or I'm using a different paper to so really early on, I was painting Miniko, the geisha girl, and I need a PDF open. And when I was painting her, someone decided that they wanted to put their tail in the wet palette. And was very annoyed with me later on when I had to basically hold her still. Hey, that's my brush. That is my brush. No, that is my brush. Okay, here. Let me make you a deal. I will trade you this pen for some silence. Excellent, it's going to work. The trade has been accepted. So she I'm opening up a PDF to look at the box art of the model to get an idea of an understanding of where I need to start placing some highlights or start placing color, really. Because right now it's just black and deep roosted. So she put her tail in the magenta, and I had to hold her while at the sink and say, guess what? Tail in the wet palette. So she's somewhat learned on her own to not do that. So when I went on break for the holidays, I did ensure my brushes were safe and I put them away in a closet. So I would not come home to an office that had destroyed paintbrushes. One of the brushes that is currently on my paint cup is was recently located on the floor, and I was thought I was missing one for a while. I was like, man, where'd that one go? She got it off of this paint cup right there and literally had it knocked on the ground. And I was like, oh, seriously? Seriously? So I am looking at PDF I have that shows the color of the chain. I'm not trying to match it one for one right now. I'm just trying to start highlighting. But yes, eating paintbrushes is very much a story. Does enjoy trying to take my brushes and play with them. Been in a very playful mood recently, partly because the window closed and she can air out them easily and smell the outside. So I had to pick her up by her scruff a little bit. No, she does not hide them under the couch. Um, they tend to stay in the room where they are wired. I have to hide all of my pens on my work desk because she likes to play with them as well. Okay, now we morning sky and start highlighting up, pairing out color. Let me put the fan off. Now, more of the morning sky. We bring up more and more. Okay. Definitely figured out what I'm. Well, I've enjoyed this experiment, in this style. I'm not feeling it comes together. I don't feel consistent. I may revisit this kind of idea later on when I'm else or something. Right now, I'm not enjoying this style of non-metallic or how this metal got constructed. Oh, it's good. Start picking out bits with it being blended between the two. I can always go back and add shadow. Considering if, 20 minutes ago that were black or that side, it's starting to look a little bit better and starting to lighten up. Kind of in the ways that I was thinking it should. Starting up in the kind of getting up in those. I think that's one of the reasons. I don't think that when he started his book, I don't think it was. I can see all the art that he had in there. But I don't feel like it was kind of in the gray. I don't feel like the colors that I am getting to represent. We're matching up as equal. I feel like that's grayer and whiter, and this is bluer on the backside. And I'm going to lower my second. So, right, makes the brain happy and the dopamine fire off. But Sky more. Very white. I hope your Monday was good. It was okay. Hitler. Oh, I remember the meme now. Yeah, that's partly why I decided to come back and paint tonight too. That was a good one. When I had him upside down, I just remembered what it was. I'm sorry. Okay. Returning to what we were doing, what we were looking at is I wanted a little bit of, and I Kind of digging this front piece right here a little bit more than the back piece. That's for dang sure right there. Now using the bits of pure cloud sky, coming in and highlighting it. Pieces. I feel like that's getting there a little bit. Because that right there feels a little bit close to what this is, right? So I do have to go in. Office. Go out in the elements. Which may or may not be. We'll definitely see what it's like tomorrow, though. Did crazy stuff overnight. How you're at now? Cool. What's up? What do you mean? True. The rest of the chain starts to catch up with the front half of the chain. Because he's going to be staring at you like that, this is going to be more color, but not a whole lot. Should take a sip of water. Also, I do hope going on outside. Let's get. Ain't getting terrible, but it definitely ain't getting better. All right. Well, I'm sorry for the laptop. Able to be being heard speaks. Apparently deciding that it wants outer space. I'm sure when I look at it at some point it's gonna be like, oh, by the way, good sir, we have a Windows update. Oh, why didn't you just inform me of that earlier? So that chain is definitely reading a little bit more brown and gray than this, which is reading a little purpley and gray. Now what I can do. Gusto. A little bit of start running it in the cracks. Supposed to be it. Kind of reinstill some of that purple color. And as we do that, we can bring out a little bit more of the linkage of the chain, of the knuckle, forged it together. One seems rather naughty. We'll need to get badge 502 to get the no sigh. I'm here. Not happening. Trying to work my way around in pieces. Let me push the focus button really quick. Hand behind it. There we go. Put it down for a second so it can be out of focus. And take a sip of water. Yay, H2O. I am now on a New Year's goal to drink less bubbly. My bubbly is empty. I need a glass of water. Shall return presently. Please enjoy Catra. And whatever Streamlabs says is supposed to be there. I'll have to figure that out eventually. Ah, yes, let's look at the little psycho. The videos are still the 2x sped up ones. When she found the pen that I threw on the ground. Oh, that's a clothes hamper? Excuse me, let me attack it. I feel that it has done something wrong for me. What do you mean you don't like it if you feel it's embarrassing? I think it's absolutely cute when you go around circles and circles and circles with yourself. I have returned. I need to start remembering to use hashtags and posting on Sky because it helps so much. I forget all of that stuff all the time. I will have you know, yesterday when we were chatting, I did manage to have up to 4 different viewers. It's it's interesting to me because it's something that I have to remember that it's required when using social media and platforming. Okay, we're about to have an accident in 3, 2, 1. Let's be careful when we're sipping from my cup. I know most people don't. Okay, let's not nuzzle that. All right. Clearly, the best place for you right now is 100% right next to my left hand. I am waiting for disaster to strike me. Hello. How are you, my sweet? Would you like to serenade people with your song? I'm wondering if I need to put the cat bed for the desk here or if I need it on my other desk. Can you please help me inform this? I'm taking a couple of steps back for a second so I can sip some water because Cat decided that this half of the desk is now hers. And like last night, I am pondering whether or not you get squirted, get you off the desk. Oh, you want my water? Is that what you want? Are you too lazy to go downstairs and get your own water? It's the exact same water. Hi. Hi. How can I help you? Yeah. You've never quite figured out how to use a cup yet. It's not like yours. I know it's not the bathtub water. It's the same water that I put in your dish. Every month I empty out my um, Brita water filter in the box I have in the fridge. It goes into cleaning out your water dish. Right. Now it's getting to be ridiculous. I would like to paint some more, please. Please? Okay. I will let you go that way. You can hang out over there all you want to your heart's content. I'm surprised I haven't gotten a bot that said extreme viewers if you here remove this. Partly why I've tried to make sure that I have every accessible reach for when something bad like that goes onto your brush. I have gotten coming in here and telling me that I can increase my go here, do that. So our chain, we've definitely lightened up quite a bit. We've tried to knock back down with the pole. Here on the left hand side, got some more purple in it than the right hand side. Do a zoom in, do an enhance. So we've got some separation there, and I think that's kind of in the spirit of how this is supposed to look. I just wanted to take some of the gray bits now. And try to find some of the pieces that aren't going to catch as much light. Add a little bit. You get in her cubby hole. Oh, Hitler, can you see the welcome channel? Out of curiosity today. In Discord, that is. Excellent. I'm trying to add in some more highlights, but I don't want it to be as bright as this over here. I still want it to be tricky. I'm glad I managed to get that back in there. I don't know from myself. That was embarrassingly funny. I'm like, how did I? How does the person that owns the server hide this? Careful, sweetie. Careful. Careful. Oh, you're welcome. Stop work. Hmm? How are you? There are several times today that I have tried to give you all of the attention that you've asked for. Yeah. So, hey, yeah, I have glove on my hand. You seem oddly scared of this sometimes. When I'm putting them on, she seems so scared. Can I help you right now? Is there some reason why now you want to be friendly with me? Hmm? I made sure that you had your wet food this evening. You didn't want any of it because you don't like the way that it looks or something. I don't know why. You seem to be very picky about the size of kibble that you eat, rather so much the flavor of the kibble. I tried to give her some freeze-dried salmon. Didn't want it. She was very concerned about it. Give her freeze-dried chicken. All about that. I think Wednesday's stream, I will see if I can get camera reset up a little bit, pointing down. I will fill up her. Watch her struggle. Would you like that? Hmm? Because you tend not to like the second day of cat food. Even when I try to warm it up, you're not eating overly cold food. This is my life. I'm bargaining with a furry terrorist. Okay, you are not getting comfortable there though. I'm sorry. No, no, no. Okay. You want to be on my shoulder, you can be on my shoulder. Okay. But I would like to paint and I would like to do some work on this. That is non negotiable. um, so Catra is not, all of our animals tend to be very different. No matter what, which animal, even animals, when you get them that are, can be extremely, she was very different. When I got her, I think part of why she's being so right now, she might be cold. Because last year, our temperatures did not drop like this. Okay, goodbye. I'm glad I could be of service. Using mixtures of cloud sky, black. I don't need the inside to be like 100% perfect, but it will bother me if someone picks it up and looks at it and goes, well, "Why didn't you paint that piece?" Well, because that's why. Because that's what I have to say. Because. Oh, when I first got her, she did. She liked to sleep between my elbow and not my elbow, my shoulder and face. Often at times in the evening, when it is time for bed, she will try to sleep either between the crux of my legs if I'm on my side, or she will sleep in between my. She will try to get up between my jaw. All right, I'm going to shift gears a little bit and come to the other side of this guy. And introduce some of our gray mix. So she will be really warm. What's weird is that I have several beds for her. Every so often, I have several warming and cooling beds for her around the house because for whatever reason I thought she was a cat. That is incorrect. She is an active cat. So I bought her a bed that is in my office right now that used to be that I'm sitting. That was reclaimed for this because it wasn't used. Oh, because of that, or because I was getting worried because I was starting to paint more frequently, and I was afraid she didn't like any of the beds that were downstairs because I had a donut bed that was wearing outside. That I was like, oh, she'll like that because she can sit and watch outside, no issue. Did not like that bed for the longest time. It wasn't until I got streaming and opened that window up that she really liked that. But since I moved my office upstairs, I'm not really using that bed as much. But I mean, she sleeps on an empty queen size bed that I have in my house that is very rarely used. So she has that bed. That might be where she has decided to run off to rest. Um, a lot of the beds that I windowsill use, why used to like use. Now she's like, nah. Um, so just highlighting up arm chain circle it fits. Need to go all the way out, kind of in shadow based on how his arm is being held. I just need something that gives the illusion of that cold blue steel. Or the cold steel, really. Or iron, whatever you want to call it. Maybe that's part of the reason why I struggle with not a metallic metal so much sometimes is I get an idea of what the metal is in my head. I can never break the idea. Because I think of iron and steel as very different things. Iron's always black and non-reflective, or steel shiny, or not shiny, more cards, which a gray shiny oiled steel growing out. It's always kind of like a blue shiny kind of deal. Anyway, so the only reason why it's not a gold chain is because it holds a mace. That I know. Um, one of the last things that I will need to paint on this guy, or one of the last streams that we will have, it's going to be a full dedicated stream to painting something, is going to be this mace piece. I think that it's going to be one of the last. This is going to be one of the last because I have something to read about when it comes to the glow aura, or I believe there's a whole section dedicated to painting just this piece and how he got it to show up the way he got it to show up in the art book. So with that being said, I can still have it out and I can still work on it because we're still going to use the same colors here that we've been using the entire time on all of this non-metallic metal that we've painted. Everything has been some variation of these four colors from a majority of the picture, aside from these bone pieces that are very different from other. Um, the horns are a little greener than this, but I might fix that later because we'll need to futz that up. The face is the only one I think that uses expressly different types of colors compared to majority of the miniature. Which, if you ask me, Hitler did make it as a video cautionary Tomorrow is going working more in my office area. I don't know if you've seen the work in progress. Got quite a bit squared away and up. After I am probably going to continue working on it, but I think I want my artwork permanently. Retro shared. But I feel like that is my next. That and getting the LED light mounted underneath the shelves. Or I might have made the post on Instagram. I can't remember. I've got to keep all this. So, like, front half of the chain, this piece is definitely brighter. This needs to match this in terms of brightness as well. So we're going to start there first, our way down. A reminder to my out again. What then the actual art book? Art book. I guess a dummy. Oh, what starts in the art book for this guy that was written by Fabrizio Russo. Was the recommendation to start using black, deep Rusto, and morning sky to create a medium gray color. And then you increasingly keep adding more morning sky until you get to pure morning sky. And then once you reach pure morning sky, your highlight then starts adding in the color of an ivory. Because he said ivory and he didn't specify the color, I have been utilizing cloud sky. In the Chimera range, there's technically no ivory color, or one that is specifically as ivory. That's okay, because if I take cloud sky, you can kind of call it a dirty ivory. And it's going to pass the. So, we're going to be a little bit heavy, and base coat over a majority of the black. And we're going to keep the black and the deep stow that was part of our prime in our shadows. Put it down here. Here again. I'm not going to get every bit of it. We're going to get pretty equally. We work up and up and up. This is going to be primarily all that is important, or one of the taglines that comes out of the art book quite frequently and often discussion that color has memory. And I kind of do agree that color has memory. When I was painting this office, one of the colors I thought that I had grabbed and handed to the Home Depot guy picks up for me was Navajo white. Very popular. Grandmother often brought back fond memories. Her the color that I did actually end up handing him, not Navajo, was barley brown, which is the color of the office. It is 8 o'clock, and that is not Lord Hoyle. Oh, itchy wrist is itchy. Oh, I don't want to glue this down yet because there's quite a bit of painting that I have to do on this side. And when I read the art book, there may be a discussion about using the color green from a specific direction, and I don't want to limit myself just. That is why I'm not adding one of the reasons why I haven't glued that in place yet. So we're going to add more morning sky. And we're going to continue working around our mark. Definitely very much a work in progress, or a learning piece for me. And I feel like the next time that I work on Nico the Geisha, I have quite a bit more thought on how to utilize what I'm utilizing on her. Definitely interesting. On this piece. Sip of water. I'm going to raise my dust scope. All right. Desk has been raised. Now, make sure that need some blue. What is the number one painting thing that you recommend for anybody? Find poster tack at all times. Keep goobity gob. What? I need to get that out of that other box. 1 second. I did know what I was doing. This stuff is the stuff of gold sometimes, I swear. Um, used quite frequently it when you need to like hold stuff down. And honestly, I'm pretty sure I've had this for some time now. I think I had the blue tack proper. This stuff forever. And I realized I was running low, and I was like, "Oh, I need more." Why? I don't know. Um, so I grabbed some of that to be always in an accessible way because I keep futzing with this mace a little bit. You can take just a little bit of the blue tack or the poster putty or whatever you want to call it. Get it down in there, and it will act as if it's super glued in place, but it is not glued in place. So it'll be a little bit more rigid when I'm working with it. And then I don't know what color that stuff is right now or how long I've had it, but this stuff has served me well. And if you can ever find some of the original Red Grass games, whatever that cat putty was that they created back in the day, that stuff is chef's kiss. What I was doing was running more of something else in there. I was getting more morning sky, and that's what led me down the tangent I just ran. Ran on. Was this mace bit was moving around too much on me. I wanted more. I wanted something to help hold it in place. I'm going to use the morning sky. And come through and get bits of the also, it is poster putty. That's what it is. That's exactly what poster putty. Poster putty is technically what's holding him on this base right here. Been on there for pretty sure I don't want to guess how long. Been there for a while. So we start highlighting up, highlight up. Oh, so the idea is each changing color ideally doing a little less start doing bit by bit by bit more, and we start to see that it's lining up a little bit more with our chain. But it's not as much light. I want to use that color, start highlighting it up. To be a bit purpley. And a lot of it start to come up, hopefully out, or paint nice and thin. And cool. Here. Why they named the colors so close. Work up a little bit more and more. I think it's starting to come together a little bit more, getting to be more of a paley. Out a little bit. And your cloud, I feel like starts making it. This piece here is lining up with this piece here, which seems weird that I was able to do that. Now, if I purple, your purple is definitely purple on that palette, though. That take a deep breath. And as we go between the two lines, we add in some purple. I feel like this, which is kind of a browny gray, and this is a bluey gray, definitely stands out a little bit differently. It's going great. How are you doing, Antifreeze? How are you doing? I am just futzing with non-metallic metal over and over and over again. Because why not? Oh, please do stay warm. Please do. I know the Midwest got hit. I'm starting to feel it on my end down here in the South, too. Well, I mean, Texas. I'm screwed. I'm sorry. You're dead. It was nice knowing you. Kidding. 100% I am kidding. um, I'm to the east of all of that. I will find it eventually. Started dropping this morning. Morning it was in the 50s. Tonight it's supposed to be 25. Cat has been flustered and frustrated because the windows haven't been open. It's a little too chilly outside for that. A little too. Though if I open the window and keep blowing hot air out of my mouth, it may create an apocalypse of snow of kind. That might not be Need to stretch. This night has been working on this chain through here, and working on chain on the outside. I haven't done the balls hanging it down yet. I think I'm gonna have to take it off. I haven't glued. Got the top piece in there. I do need to add some purple to mine here. Between the two. Just to force in some shadow. At least in between where things. So weird that my laptop is actually a third of its power. Like, oh, excuse me. Um, for whatever reason, I'm going to run a little bit hotter today and a little bit more intense. Only thing I've changed is the way that the angle sits on the dock, and made sure that it was a little bit closer to the ground, because a couple of times this stand has decided it wanted to go backwards, and I'm like, no, 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 no. Let's come this way. Let's come this way. Don't go that way. Like, I'm afraid you're just gonna like decide to yeet yourself off the desk. Please stop. So, get some of our black. Oh, prepare ourselves again. Bottle. I know that this side is going to be brighter, and I think that this side is going to be brighter, and this side needs it's kind of like a darker brighter. Is that made sense? Or brighter? Is it darker or brighter? Oh, means you want to be brighter, but you still want to be darker. Are you near a border, antifreeze, where hopefully you don't lose power? Or if you lose power, try to steal it from neighboring. Oh, that's right. Is Texas? Um, Texas isn't on the grid. Likes to argue that it power grid blackjack. Yeah. it came to be eventually. They're like we're gonna make our own power grid, blackjack and hookers. I'm trying not to, but tomorrow when I'm in the office and I'm giving sass to someone that looks at a Tesla, I'm gonna be like, just look at Texas right now and remember Midwest, Chicago, all of those people right now with Teslas that can't get around because the batteries are frozen or the charging stations are clogged up. Don't be that person. I think it's kind of weird because we had a pretty good freeze last year too, if I remember correctly. But I was just lamenting to myself too about the selection of words I had for painting a piece of this chain. Going, yeah, just make it dark, brighter, darker. That makes sense. Surely everybody will know what I mean. Just brighter, darker, right? That doesn't work. Most made up sense of words that could ever be made up right there. Hi. Okay, I know. It's starting to. What's wrong? What? That is my rear, and those are your claws. Let's not and say we did, please. Uh, hi. Hi. Are you trying to remind me that it is almost time for me to end this stream? To sit down on the couch and give you treats? Is that what it is? Is it getting to be that TREAT time? That is my butt that you're trying to claw at right now. Please stop. You're okay. Oh, yeah, you're fine. You're okay. You're okay. No, no, no. Time to buy myself some piece. I'm going to laser point. I got a brand new one that I do not have to point piece after. This makes me very happy because I can continue to paint as, for whatever reason, YouTube decides it wants to drop frames right now and kind of lag. It will catch up eventually. And art. I think I need to. You're okay. Uh, but calm down, sweetie. That is my. That. 1 second, please. What are the most infamous words that you can hear when you owning a cat? Decided they're going to grace me. Also, Dream Elements decided it wanted to take over, and Nightbot does not want to do anything. So, I am sorry. So all of that is kind of lining up a little bit with everything else. This piece over here obviously needs a little bit more highlighting. Some spots. Oh, is the box more enjoyable than me now? Okay. Promise you're safe. Around. We'll get your treats a little bit later tonight. I feel like coming together on the non-metallic side. Seems to be for me. I am going to wash this brush out really quick and very politely do this once. Can't remember to spam my socials. Oh, you're fine. I had a thought that was going over my head. It took over for a second. So, the thought that I was having is that the more I start completing different aspects of the non-metallic metal around the model, and now that I've gotten his ears glued on, May's kind of a little bit more correct. I'm feeling that more and more of it's starting to come together as one cohesive piece. As one cohesive piece. And I think that's a good thing for me. And I kind of like the way that it's looking. It's definitely not the gray metal that is shown on the box art, but it is definitely fun and interesting. So there is that. The last bits that we have to work on with him are the underside of the chain and his balls. So we may do that next time on Wednesday, or we may do something else just so I can have a little bit of a break. I am missing working a little bit on Cat the Witch. I may pick her back up tomorrow, or may pick her back up on Wednesday when I return to streaming at 6:30. Or we may work on something small with the Steampunk Ladies. Did manage to finish off a number of things and wrote off a good chunk of things. So I thank you all for tuning in. You have a wonderful night. Stay warm. Stay safe. Please, please, please stay safe.